ready to start the project with y'all. And I really didn't want to use my AirPods because I don't know if they'll last the whole time. But I'm trying to wait a few minutes. I'm actually gonna go and grab some things to make sure all my supplies are here. And also, I need to. I'm gonna readjust this camera after a while just to make sure people can see me working on my desk for one. And so I'm gonna have to mute the sound on my computer, and then I'll have the big screen going right here. So if there's any comments, I can see them because I'll be working down here, and I'm gonna take this camera here and bring it down. So if you don't know, we're going to be working on a collage, a human combo collage, and I'm going to go over the lesson before we get started, and then we'll start looking at our different elements that we're going to use to put our human together. And so I saw this picture today and I was like, this is such a cute picture to use. So I'm considering this, but also we're going to get into it because when you pick your person's image, the body or the face you want to use, you kind of want to pick the elements that are in proportion with the face so that you know if you're going to have new lips, new eyes, nose, you're going to add hair or whatever you want to do to it. So the whole fun of this entire project is basically locating the images in the magazine, which I really enjoy doing. I think that's so fun. So I'm getting my supplies together. And also I need to know, can you hear me? Please let me know if the sound is okay because I actually have these buds in my ear and I wasn't sure if the sound is better with or without them. So if you have joined the live, please let me know, like how the sound is. I really need to know because I don't know how it sounds. I guess I could turn this computer on and I could see how it sounds. It's gonna be a little feedback. I guess I could turn this. Oh, okay, it sounds pretty good. Okay, fine. So I knew when I turned on this light, the gnats would start coming. I cannot stand that. They like drive me crazy. So I really need this light because it's the best light for over me. So hi Taryn, how are you? You have your everything ready? You got your magazines? Are you gonna do this project with us? Um, I will go over the items. Actually, I'm about to get up and go get the rest of my stuff because it's sitting back there. And so I'm going to go and grab all my things. Just one second. I almost got me some wine, and then I was like, no, I haven't drank alcohol in a long time. So if you want to indulge in the juices, I have me peach and Bellini kombucha. That's what I'm gonna be sipping on tonight. And I'm gonna get my this is my mixed media book that I use. I actually got this from Michael's. When I went to when I went to Walmart last night, I actually saw some really decent price. I think like $7 if you didn't have one and you want to get it for the next project that we use. But these are some stuff pictures that I already cut out like a long time ago. But I'm gonna go through the magazines with y'all. So I'm gonna get all my items here. And the image that you guys saw in the advertisement is actually in this book. So it was just as a give you an idea of what we're gonna be doing. Okay. So we really don't need the mixed media right now. We are going to be first. I'm going to read the project, and then we'll start going through the magazines. So I don't have a lot of magazines. I don't need the furniture one, but I just have maybe 10 magazines to choose from. And I was trying to get people time. Hi, Gabby. Hi, how are you? I go, I gotta go to bed. Bye. Oh, good night, Taryn. Nice. Thank you for stopping by. All right. So I tried to do this to give people time to like get everything done. So this is like for fun, for Saturday night fun. And this is the book that we're going to be using. It's called Project Collage. And the project that we are going to be working on is a human combo. So this is the image that you saw in the advertisement. Okay. So I think it's good in case you already have the book. I'm going to go ahead and just read the human combo and what it says. And then we'll start going through our magazine. I don't want to like waste people's time. Let's get right to it in case you have questions or concerns or anything you want to talk about. Okay, so human combo. With Collage, you can play at being a cosmetic surgeon with no parameters, slicing and reworking the human form to alter an expression and change a personality, or combining different races, genders, and ages together within one image to convey a message. A considered selection of elements that are a good match in terms of size, which is what I just mentioned, will ensure continuity when they are spliced together. Cutting some pieces exactly around the edge while including parts of the backgrounds of others exaggerates the mismatch effect, making for a more interesting collage as well as playing down any fitting issues. So the very first thing we want to do is we want to get our magazines out and scour our magazines for figures with interesting features, collecting hair, eyes, nose, mouth, chin, neck, and torso. Roughly cut out each of the features to assemble your kit of parts. So if you have your magazines, let's go ahead and get started looking through our magazines so this one looks like it's about an 8 by 10 size, just based on looking at it. So I love it. I think it's very cool. I like the color contrast. I love that they use different races. I also love the turtleneck. Like, it's just so dope. I just really love this image. So when we're looking through our magazines, let's go ahead and just start looking for some really cool images that we could use to create our human combo. Okay. So I'm going to turn my camera down towards my working station here. And unfortunately, it's going to be upside down, but you get the idea. So if you have any questions or you have any concerns, just let me know and I can see I have the screen up in front of me so I can actually see the comment section. I can just look straight up and I'll see everything. But for the most part, we'll be focusing on I I want to get another camera so that it's not so weird. So here I can see the comments, but here I can just see my table. So let's get started. So this is a picture that I cut out and I like her dancing but I would have to find eyes that are small like this. So that's one image that I might use. I might just use the body and not her face. So a lot of this stuff, I'm just looking through the stuff that I had cut out for our last collage is over here. And I think, oh, I love this to go on the head. So I think I might use this as well. So I'll put that to the side. And we can keep looking. I don't see anything else. A lot of this stuff was for our earthy collage. A lot of this is earthy collage stuff. And I actually need to put them in a, so here's some ladies, but again, they're kind of small. And there's a hand. Well, here's a guy. I like the size of him. He's a nice, decent size. So I might keep him. You never know. And I like the size of his face, but I'm not going to use that either. Now, this would be an awesome picture to use because it's got really great proportion. She has nice jewelry, and we might be able to do something with her. So the whole goal is to pick out as many different looks as possible so you can have a lot to match up to when you try to put your collage together. I think having more is better than not having enough pictures. So we're still looking. I'm looking through some stuff I already had. I don't think I really see anything. Wait a minute. Oh, here's our two ladies right here. But I think I'm leaning more towards the larger size faces. Only because it's easier to collage when using small. So I didn't find anything in my old stuff. So let's go ahead and start going through our magazine. Now I do like her hair, but her hand is there. And so now I think I'm gonna focus on looking for, can y'all see my magazine? Let me scoot this back a little bit. Okay, sorry it's upside down, but that's the best I can do right now. So I like her picture as well, but it's a little big for my page. I like her picture. I like her eyes actually. So I might, let me see I might take her eyes, and her lips are good too. Let's see what else I can find. Trying to stay with larger size images. And the color also. The color of the actual image is also good. Okay, so I like the fact that her eyes are like bugged out like that. I think that's really cool. So I might steal this one. I might steal that picture. I really would like to find some crazy hair to use in the image. But I think for me, this is probably like the best part. Oh, I love her face as well. I'm finding a lot of eyes that I think will be cool, and her lips as well. So we're gonna see. I sometimes I check to see what's on the backside because you never know. It might be something you want to use also. Finding a lot. I think I like that one thing on the head. Oh, we're gonna see. So how are y'all doing? Are y'all finding anything good to use in your collage? You finding anything good? I like her picture as well. We have a black person. African American, because I don't have, I still have a half a face. But, so I'll go ahead and tear this one out because I might be able to use that one. But we're going to keep looking. It's always good to have more than not enough. More, more, more. I don't think I had ever looked through this magazine actually. I was out there eating and watching the Oh, I love this picture. I love this part. Like the jewelry. I really love that. I'm finding so many things that I like. I don't know. I think it's gonna be rough, guys. I think it's going to be difficult to pick which ones to use. Loewe. Her eyes are amazing. Now, where is this picture? I love this picture right here. I hope it's blown up because I love the hair on that image. I love the hair. And that's what we want. We want something that's different and cool. And sometimes you might not find everything in one magazine. You might have to look in other magazines. That's a really great photo. But I'm looking for some wild and crazy hairstyles. Oh, she's an artist, Thelma Golden, at the Studio Museum in Harlem. Oh, and what's amazing is she does collage as well. Isn't that crazy? I absolutely love that. I love it. Oh wow, look at this image. That's amazing. A gold face. That's so cool. It's so freaking cool. I like this image. I love that image. I'm gonna have to make me two heads because man, oh man, I love that image. And I also like this. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because you could actually use her hair and change her whole everything else. Like give her new lips, new eyes, everything, and just keep the body. That would also be great. So does anybody have questions? Is anybody gonna do this with me? Or are you just gonna watch me do this collage? And this magazine is called W. It has some really cool, like different photos. I like this as well. I love art and creativity. Look at this stick a red dot on her nose. That's so crazy. I'm hoping that I find that image of that lady with that whoever that was with that wig on. Because I really like that picture. Now I'm seeing people, she's got on some thong like shoes with some knee high socks on. What year is this? This is 2025. 2025 fashion. I like her hair. Want something a little more colorful. Colorful hair. When I see people in these magazines, I always say to myself, I could have taken this picture. I love photography. And I feel like I can take pictures like this. I just don't have a studio. I did look at this because I always like this dress. I don't know what type of beads these are, but I think this dress is amazing. I do remember looking at this. I do. Zoe Kravitz. Yeah, I do remember looking at this. It's been a while since I looked at it. So, are you guys really in love collage? Have you ever tried collage before? Yeah, I do remember looking at this magazine. I do remember looking at this. Yep. Now it's coming back to me. I don't know where I got this magazine from. Oh, I love this picture. So cool. So cool. So freaking cool. I love photography like this. This makeup was done by Pat McGrath, you guys. And if you don't know who Pat McGrath is, hi, LOL, LOL. What's going on? Okay, so we're coming near the end. I never did see that picture that I saw in the front. I was looking for the picture of the hair, but I don't see it. So I should have paid attention to the page, but maybe it was just a small advertisement. But I never saw it in here. All right, so I didn't find the hair picture that I wanted to cut out. So we're gonna move on to, let's look at the Elle magazine and see what we can find in here. I think everything in here will probably be very, fashion forward, but not too much. It probably won't be a lot of crazy pictures. That not crazy, but different hairstyles is what I'm looking for. These pages are so thick, I feel like I'm skipping stuff. I think in here I seen a lot of jewelry pictures. I like her hair. It's like sometimes I don't want to like ruin the photograph. So it's telling me messages are held for review. I don't know why this message was held for review. Um, what? Um, Knack. I don't know. It won't show the message, so I think LOL was sending a message, but on my screen it won't show it to me. So let's keep going, guys. Let's keep going. So the reason why I am interested in collage is because number one, I'm an artist and I always wanted to do collage, but I'm trying to find my own style. And unfortunately, I haven't located my particular collage style or what I actually want to um the topics of my collage. So that's why I bought this book. because I was very interested in just different styles of collage and how to put collages together, and hopefully kind of helping me to create a my own personal style and messaging. What is the message that I want to send in my collages? What am I actually trying to say with my collage? Because to me, if you do collage and you're just making them, it doesn't really have, I don't know. Sometimes some art doesn't need meaning, but I feel like when you do collage, it should have some kind of meaning behind it. So, in my quest of learning how to properly cut out pictures, put them together, and make them look a certain way or whatever, I just felt that this would probably be the best way for me to do it because I guess you could go and take classes on learning how to do collage, but that's like money I don't really have right now. So I just decided that I would teach myself this way and see how far I get with teaching myself. I'm actually off tomorrow, so I can stay up all night long working on art or doing other things. I actually got two orders. So after we do this live, I'm going to go ahead and work on those orders and get those sent out tomorrow. So, like I said, I didn't think I would find anything in here in the L magazine. You have to have like a lot of magazines. So I'll try this Paper City, but after that, I think I don't really have. I have Paper City and I have a Vanity Fair. So let's look at this Vanity Fair and see if there's anything. Oh, I like this picture. I like the glasses on this picture, and I like the netting over her face. And I'm getting hot. Again, I was trying to find some hair. Okay, so I love her hair, but the face is just too small. Like I want a bigger face. And because I really want my picture to come alive in the eyes. And I'm so excited that I want to start. And I was like, no, don't start yet. I gotta keep looking for images. And also, I think I'm gonna take this hoodie out because I'm about to combust. I'm so hot. Did anybody go and see? I almost thought that was somebody else in this picture. Has anybody been to the movies lately? Have you seen anything cool? Any movies? Any cool movies? I don't know. Is anybody out there? It looks like there's people on here. But I guess a lot of times people just like to watch and they don't say anything, which I think is a little strange, but who knows? Who knows? And we might have to work with the pictures that we already have. 'Cause I'm not really seeing anything that I like the way her eyes look on here. And I like the color of this picture. Those eyes might work in these pictures. But I'm really trying to go with a bigger face. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'll tear that out just in case. And then I think this magazine will probably be the last one we look through. Just so we can move on. Maybe we can use Steph Curry's face. What y'all think about Steph Curry? Steph Curry and his wife, Aisha. Her eyes are different. She has a different look. So I'll just tear her out. Uh, so we're getting almost to the end of the magazine. And let's look at these two. That was a good picture. Might use her hair. I don't know. All right, guys, we have gotten to the end. Do y'all want to do one more magazine or should we just stop here? What y'all think? Have y'all cut out anything? Have y'all torn out any pages? Or y'all just watching me? Let me know if you've cut out any pages or are you just viewing this presentation? Anybody? Anybody? Everybody? That's a side view of eyes. This is mostly like, well, it is some fashion in here, not a lot though. This is a cool, her face is cool. A nice size face. We might be able to do some things with that. And again, remember guys, it's all experimental. So when we cut out the eyes and the lips and all these things, we're going to try a lot of combinations. And that's where all the creativity comes into play. When you start combining the different looks and the different eyes and the different mouths and creating your human combo. That's when it starts to get fun, and I'm so excited. I can barely wait to do it. I can barely wait. I can barely wait. I think I have her on. She's on another magazine. Okay, so I think now we have a nice combination of different colors. We have different eyes. Look at all the different eyes that we have. We have different tones. We even have this big face. I don't think I'm gonna use his face on this one. Maybe next time. But we have what I'm trying to do now is see like the size of the head in the pictures. Can the eyes go with that? And then when you have these big pictures, then you have the big eyes that can go with this person. So like you could go like this and have a combo. You see that? Or because her eyes are about the same size as this picture, you can use her eyes on this one. Let us first decide. I really think I want to use her hair. I don't know if I wanted to use her face if I use this one. So the eyes for this one could be her eyes in there. And then I could use this nose is too big. So these pictures go with the big faces. And then I might be able to go with the black lady nose. What y'all think? Or should I go with her nose and her eyes, but then put her hair on this lady? But I think her head is too big. Yeah, her head is too big. I don't know. I just love her face for some reason. I love her face, and I also love this. So let's start again, I'm teaching myself this, so it's not perfection. Nothing is going to be perfect today. We're all learning, and that's it, and that's all. We're learning. All right, so one of the biggest things that I was having a problem with is cutting accurately, and I was having a hard time like staying on the line. So I chose this blade because I thought it would be easier, but it seems like it might be a little bit, I don't know, it's a little more difficult. And one of the reasons I like this lamp is because I can zoom in and see what I'm doing. It's better for my eyes. So I'm going to try to stay on the line, but also apply enough pressure to cut through because my cuts the other day were trash. So I'm gonna try to do this a lot better than I did yesterday. I mean, well, the other day when I was working on that other collage, I did a horrible job. Like my cutting was so bad. So hopefully I'm cutting straight through the paper because I definitely want to use this in my collage. So see, I'm cutting outside of the line and I'm on the white. So let me slow down. Okay. Slow it on down. Thanks. Okay. Those are doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good. Trying to make sure y'all can see. Cuts are coming out a lot better. A lot better than they did the other day. And I should have been over here doing it and looking through my magnifying glass. It makes everything a whole lot better. Another thing about being out here, I'm sorry I don't have any music playing, but we don't want our video to lose any value by playing people's music. So maybe when I don't know, I don't think I'm gonna edit these videos. I think I'm just going to leave them the way they are. I don't want to throw nobody off by trying to add music and then you not be able to hear me talking through the project. Okay, so far I'm doing pretty good with my cuts. So is anybody else doing this project? Or y'all just watching? Is everybody checking it out? Okay. Have a quiet crowd tonight. But I do appreciate y'all being here. It means a lot. If you want to share it out, please share it out to your friends and your foes because you know they watching. You know they watching. Oh yeah, it's coming out pretty good. So we're almost done with this cut out. And then I'm going to go in here and I'm going to also cut out these white pieces in between. So when I put it on the head, it will look like it's actually on the head. I don't know if I'm gonna use all of this, but I think I'm gonna leave it attached so that when I put the head on here, it'll go behind the head and look like a real image. So that's also what I think is cool about doing collages because especially when you deal with other people, everybody's collage is gonna look different because they're using different magazines. I mean, you might sometimes happen upon people using the same magazines, but for the most part, everybody's magazine is gonna be different, which will make the project more interesting because everybody's collage will have different people's faces. And then when everybody shares their collage, it's gonna be so dope. And I want y'all to tag me if you happen to do this so I can see your image, or you can send them to me and I can, post them in our, I don't know, I guess after project video. So when people do it, we can see everybody's project. I think that would be fun if everybody could send me their human combo. And then that way we can all see each other's work. Okay, guys, so I cut the first part of this out, and I think I did pretty good. What y'all think? So now I need to cut out the white on the inside, just so when I put it on the head, it will actually look like it's going behind the head. But this is all something we're going to test out after. And another thing, you have to be really careful with these because last night, well, I keep saying last night. When did I do that? Saturday night or Thursday night when I did that collage? I didn't like it, and so I started messing with it, and I accidentally tore um the top off of one of them. And the only thing is, like, you can't recut it because I don't have that picture anymore. So you have to be very careful because these knives are super sharp, and I don't want to detach any of my part of my collage elements because once you have an idea in your head that you want to do and then you mess up your cut, you're gonna be like, oh no, I cannot recreate that. And I think also I've seen where people use their printer and they make photocopies so that they can have copies of the pieces that they're using. So there actually is a project in here where you're making like a mosaic type picture and you're using the same images over and over, but you're like stacking them different ways. I think that'll be a cool project once we get to that point. But at first, I'm gonna try to stick with like easier projects, not only just for myself, but the community, so people can themselves get used to working on collage. Sorry for all the door slamming. I'm at my art studio and they have like events going on, so the door is going to be opening and closing quite a bit. stab myself. So I want to get these white parts out. Can y'all see that? Yeah. So I want to get these white parts out up there. There's a little bit of white over here, so I'll try to get that out as best as I can. Then we'll get this one out. Four more to go. See what I mean? I tore that. To be very careful. Very careful. So yeah, last weekend they had an event here and the people was drinking. Ooh, there was a lot of inebriated people here. And that doesn't have anything to do with why I stopped drinking, but when you start getting older, that alcohol, it just doesn't agree with your body like it used to. It never really did, but I just don't. I don't want to be standing over nobody trash can barfing in public. So I just say no, and I just drink me a kombucha and call it a day. Okay, so I cut this piece out, and let's say for instance, I wanted to use it on her head. Then you can see through her hair, but it will go, I will cut some slits on there and then slide the other side through there so it'll be on top of her head. All right, so we have to decide if we're going to go with using her hair only or her forehead, and then we're going to cut out her eyes. Not cut her out, but use some different eyes. So I was looking at this lady's eyes, but they're a little too big, but it could be exaggerated. It doesn't have to be perfect. Eyes don't have to be like perfectly with the person's face, but the proportion would need to be in alignment with the person's face. Right? But I like this um neck on her. And the eyes and the forehead. So that's the only thing is. So let me cut out. Let me cut out. Where did my knife go? Here we go. It rolled over here. So on this picture, I like this part, her arms and everything. And I'm trying to decide how to use this picture. So do we want to cut from her chin down? But the only thing is, if I cut her chin out, then, and I try to use this portion, I need a chin, right? So I'm gonna need a chin to go to replace her chin. So let's go back to our book and see what I do in the book right here. So let's go back to the book and see about So it basically cut out across the head and across the face the way it cut the pictures out. And then it cleaned them up after the fact. So I don't want to overthink it because I think right now I'm overthinking this. And I don't want to do that. Let's not overthink. Let's not overthink. Let's not overthink, Gail. Let's not overthink, Gail. Let's not overthink. So I like her face, but it's a little big. I think her face is, these heads are about the same size, right? So let's try something. I got an idea. I think I just seen something. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut out her head and her ear and all of this out of this picture. So let's do that. I think I just seen what I want to do, but I'm gonna be sure. So let's take our time and cut out her head and her ear. All right, so I think I'm gonna leave. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna add any of her hair. Just cutting out her face. Again, it's very important that you try to get the um, proportions the same. It doesn't have to be exact, but as close as possible. But you may want yours to have a more exaggerated look, if that's the look you're going for. Okay, so let me get her ear out of here. Okay, so we have her face out of here. Now we have this face, and we have her face. So I think this might work a little bit better. Even though it's a little smaller, we might be able to use her lips on here, or we might be able to use her nose. I don't know about the forehead. Okay, so let's just hold this for a moment because we have a head, but we also have this body. And since her face is really not doing a lot, we can look at using parts of This face is way too big. I think her face also is really big too. But let me see something. So right now I'm going to cut out where her eyes are. Okay. Now I'm gonna try something. So they're too big for her face, right? Are they too big for her face? Not really. That looks crazy, right? It's almost a little bit too big, but I could like cut off some of this. And it almost looks like she has on glasses on top of her face, but this is our human um combo. See that? Now, the other thing that I wanted to use, I wanted to see about using her face, one of these, right? So I'm thinking about her chin and her mouth, but also we can use this on here as well, right? We have a lot of options. We have some options because I really believe her hair would fit on this lady. So let me cut her hair. I love this lady's hair. And so I wanted to see if I could use her hair. So once we get our pieces cut out, then we will go to the notebook and start making some final decisions and getting our page built out for this collage. If you're enjoying this video, I really need you to let me know that you're enjoying the video because I'm actually enjoying it myself personally. All right. So this is a Marilyn Monroe lady. I'm actually gonna cut her ears out and only use her hair. Ooh, gotta be careful. Gotta be careful. Okay, we're almost there. a little bit more. I think at first the hardest thing is learning how to cut properly. I think that's the hardest thing for me right now is learning how to cut out what I want, and so it's not doesn't look so choppy, and it's just more smooth, a more smoother cut. Because right now my cutting skills are not the best. They are not the best. So I'm doing the best that I can for what I have. All right, so now we have her hair, right? We have her hair, and then that's wild to put it on the lady, the black lady, and then we have our little crown that I'm gonna put on there. But these will be going behind the hair. It'll also go behind her head too. So I don't know if I'm feeling it on her face. Well, let's try it on her face. Let's try this hair. So it's a little too big for her head. So let's see about this lady. This is crazy. Okay, we'll keep going. So this is one of the reasons why it's good to have lots of pictures to choose from, because if you don't, you'll run out of ideas. All right, so we're going to go back to another lady. Let's go back to her for a second. I don't think any of these people's hair. I think the only person the hair is going to fit on is the original lady. Look at this guy. No, it's too big. But what about her? That we cut the eyes out of. Wait a minute. So we might be able to use it on her. And then let me see about her eyes. And then we put, oh, look at that, y'all. Can y'all see it? I like that one. That's different. Let's try another combination. His face is too small. So the eyes work on her. The crown doesn't work. It's too small for her head. What happened to the one lady's little face that I cut out? I'll see what I did with. Oh, there it is. Okay, so we have this little face. But it's too small for her face. Or maybe I can put it on this face. I'm glad I haven't put this one out yet. But we might be using, I think I might need to get my notebook out because I'm running out of space over here. What did I do with the hair? So we have this cut out that I want to use. We have this face. And nothing. Where did my hair go? I can't find my hair, guys. Where did my hair go? I can't find it. I don't even have the glue outfit, so I didn't glue it to anything. Where did it go? Why do I feel so sleepy all of a sudden? That's crazy. I lost my hair. That's so wild. Is it on the floor? I don't know where it went. Did you see where it went? It's hiding. I did all that work cutting that out and now I can't find it. That's what happens when you go live. You lose everything. I cannot believe I lost the hair. Ah, I hate that. Where in the world did the hair go? Oh, oh, it was blending in with the floor. Okay, so I forgot what I was doing with the hair. I wasn't using with this one. It was not the right size for her head. Not the right size for her. So I might end up having to use the bigger face people because this hair is too big for her face. And although this face might go here, I might be able to use her face on this one. I don't want to use her whole face. I like her eyes. And let's see. Oh, always use your cutting board. So let's cut her neck out. Okay. So let's try her eye. So what we're gonna end up doing is we're just gonna try eyes on different people until we find a good fit. Gonna try a good fit. We're just gonna keep going until we find something that we like. Mm, nope, nope. All right, guys. I think I got something. So I think I have a face. I think I got a face. So let me get her out the way. Let me get my notebook. I think it'll look better on the paper when we start matching it up. So let's do this. Let's go to our page. Like I told you guys, this is my art notebook. That's the last one that we worked on. So on the pages where we start a new collage, um, these are the pieces from the last one. I think I'm just gonna make a little compartment on here, but this is our new collage page. And so what I usually put at the top is I put what it is that we're working on. So we're working on this is called a collage, a human combo. And so we can name this one human combo. And then it is today's date is the 2nd. And this is project 3. So we kind of name it 003, okay? So let's look at the pieces that we have so far. We have a mouth, we have several eyes and a nose. We have some hair here that we can use. We have another pair of eyes that we can use. So we can actually put these eyes on these lips, right? And since this hair matches up with her head, we can use this as the hair. But then it looks crazy because the forehead is missing. So we definitely need a forehead, okay? Then we also have this piece, which I wanted to use. So you see how I wanted to use this? Right there. And then we could put some different eyes on her. So we don't necessarily have to use the hair. Man, I'm getting orders like crazy. So I'm not gonna rush through the project. I'm still gonna finish. But so we have these crazy eyes on there. And then we can use the neck of this one and the ears. Oh, that's like a muscle neck. But also, so we could do, we could put the hair, right? Put the strap behind there. Or we could put it on top like this. And then we can put the head behind there. And then the eyes, right? And then somehow I can get all of this on this body. Let me see if I can, if this will work. So what y'all think about that? I like it. I think that is marvelous. I think what I'll probably end up doing is, because you can see her hair back there and then you can see her face. I gotta do something about, I like this combination. I just gotta figure out, I probably have, when I cut this out, I have to cut her head out of there so that it's only this face. But I kind of like this. I kind of like it. What y'all think? I think we did our first combo. Only thing we didn't use a different nose and lips, but we did use eyes and hair and a whole nother body. So I kind of like it. Just when I cut out this body, I gotta cut the hair out of there so that it's just this hair, so you don't see all of that. So I like it. I'm liking it. Now, if we really want to be about it, we could put her mouth and nose, but the picture's too big for her. It's a little too big. And that one is too. Just a little too big for that picture. A little too big, a little too big, a little too big. Yeah. So with the pictures we have, this one is probably the best option so far. So let me see these eyes. Yeah, I like this eyes. It's more, the right size. So let's cut out, excuse me. Let's cut out this body of this girl. And then I'll figure out what to do with her hair once I get her cut out. And all right, we're getting around here. It's a lot of um, careful cutting that you have to do. Very slow and precise. We're almost there, guys. A lot of precise cutting that has to occur. Sorry for the silence, but I'm concentrating. Another thing I noticed when cutting this paper, all the magazine paper is not the same weight, which affects the quality of your cutting and design because if the paper is like super thin, like this paper is, you have to be very, very careful as to not tear your design. Tear the image up because the paper is so thin. So before you go to snatching it, like I was just about to do, you just have to lift it out very carefully. And out. Okay. So I'll cut her out. So now let us put her back on our sheet here. Let's put her back on the sheet. And some of my video will freeze on the computer. It's still going on. Oh, I must have hit pause. So we got her cut out on here. So now let's try to put our elements back together. So since her hair is gone at the top, I might have to do a little more snipping. So right now I'm just trying to fit everything on here like we had it before. I don't remember what eyes we used. I think we used these eyes. I think I need some tweezers or something. So we use some elements for we use a different color eyes, different set of eyes. We kept a face underneath so we could have a forehead. And then we incorporated this hair from another image. But I think for the most part, I like it. What y'all think so far? I like it. I mean, for our first collage human combo, I think we did a good job with the tools that we had, right? So, in order to put this together, let's determine how we have to. I'm wondering if I should just go ahead and cut her hair out of here because we really don't need all of this. But if we do, we could easily put it back. I just feel like it's in the way. Okay, so now we have this body. We have this chin. And y'all can still hear me. Can y'all still hear me? Hope so. And then we have her like this at first, right? And then we put the hair behind this. And then we put the eyes here. I'm having a problem with this arm now that I cut that piece out of there. So I might just need this for background color. Or maybe we can use her mouth. So let me do that. Let me try to use her chin as a filler. I'm trying to decide if I want to cut this off or not. But also, what I could do is not necessarily that the hair have to be um one piece. I could cut this so that it looks like it's underneath there, so that there's not such a gap. So I just gotta figure out, do I want to glue this down and do I want to start gluing? Because if I start gluing, I gotta make sure. I don't know about this mouth on there. Let me see something. Let me see if I can find a different mouth. I really kind of want to use her mouth. It just seemed like it wasn't, it's too big to go on this picture. Let me see. Because really, I could just cut the lips out and just use the lips. Yep, I can do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this out and just use the lips. And then use the eyes. And use the hair. And then put the little crown on there. Okay, I think that's what we're going to do. Okay. So I think the more important part about this project, how to lay this down, is I might have to cut this piece of hair and kind of make it go like that so that it's not this space right there. So what we're going to do first is we're going to glue the lips and the eyes onto the face, and then we can glue the background down, because I got to make sure I do this in the right order. Right, so here's our face that we remastered. And then, oh no, y'all can't see that. So here's our face that we remastered. And I left the one face together so we would have a forehead. And then we have to figure out how to put this hair on the face so that this empty space is not showing. But another thing you could also do in terms of the background is we can find something to put in the background, like a color, just to throw it off. And I think I saw one of these magazines had a really cool background. I need a whole page though of the color. I want something that's kind of contrasting this color here. I really would like to have like something bright. I want a bright color. So I like this red, but she's in the middle, so I don't know if I'll be able to cover her up. But then I'll have that spot there. So I'm looking for something with some color in the background. So let me look at one of these on National Geographic. Let's see if I got a page with something in the background that's kind of need like a solid color. Looking for something bright and happy, a happy color. I could find some yellow, that would be cool. Let's see, looking at some. We're looking for a background color. I might just have to use a piece of colored paper. Wait a minute. So if her picture could cover up most of it, that would be awesome. I don't want it to be too close to her hair color. Gotta be some other color. Something like red, yellow, purple, some other color. Some other color. We need another color. We need a color, people. Oh, wait, get this. It's too busy. I could have used it in the other one that we just did, the texture thing. That would have been cool in that one. Like the colors around the edges are good, and then it's not the color that I need exactly. But we're gonna keep looking. What about blue? What do y'all think about blue? Will blue look right? Still not. It's like it's bright, but it's not the right background color. So let's look in this Pepper City. See if there's anything we can use that jumps out at us. Probably not, but we're gonna look anyway. Everything is so dark. That would have been pretty. But it's still orange like her hair. I mean, I don't know why I'm being drawn to these orange colors. Why? Why? I'm gonna put that one more time. Might have to be these white colors. Might have to be one of these colors, something white like this. Might have to use this. This is nothing back there. But I don't know. Oh, you know what else I could do? What if we put like words? That would be dope. I think I'm going to use words like this behind it. Yes, I think I got it. I think I got it. I think we have it. We're going to use words. Matter of fact, so we can use. Great idea. See how those ideas that just be coming out of nowhere. They just come out of nowhere before you know it. You will have an idea. move on with your project. Now, this was not part of it, but this was me trying to innovate. I'm innovating. I'm innovating right now. Let's see how we're gonna do that. And then we're gonna put her on top of the words. I think that's an awesome idea. So should I do two different sides? How much is it? So we have to do two sides. And then do it like this, or should I do half and half? And then leave her body down here. I think that'll be good. So I think I'll put the words at the top, the letters and stuff. So this even. So this is gonna be our background. This is gonna be the background. Put this white off the side. Okay. All right. Then we'll put her like this. And then we'll start building out her face with the elements that we put on here. So we're gonna put this mouth, and then we're gonna use these eyes. All right, so let's put our background down here. You know what? I just also had another idea. No, I'll leave it like that. All right. So again, I'm using this purple glue stick. It turns clear after it dries. So we're going to put our glue stick on here. We'll put some glue stick on this part. So what did y'all think about the project so far? Did y'all like it? Did you hate it? Or do you think you're gonna try it at home? In your spare time when you get bored, do you think you might give this a try? I mean, come on. You cannot say it wasn't fun, because it was. It's fun. Art is so fun. And I didn't think about anything that's going on in the world today while I was doing it. I was just trying to solve the problems that were going on in the project. And that's what art does for me. It helps me to focus on other things other than myself. and the worries of the world because we have enough going on and worrying about the world is not what we want to do. You don't want to do that. Okay, so now we have her body down here. Okay, we'll give her some a little dimension by letting it hang off the top. Now let's put her little face together. So we want to put her lips on, which are the lips from the African American lady. So we'll put her lips on there. And then we'll put the eyes on from the Marilyn Monroe character. Now, this is the tricky part. The tricky part is going to be how to position her head in a way to allow um, because we need to put a crown on her head. So it looks like we might have to cut to get her hair to go in. We might have to cut it right here. Cut it all the way. And turn our head slightly this way. Whoa. And then we want to lift up this chin and move the hair underneath the chin to have a better placement. And there we have it. Now we have our human combo. The only thing I think I want to do is I want to clean up these edges just a little bit. All right. I don't know what this thing is made out of, but All right. So I think we have our lady the way we want. We're just looking at it and making sure that we are. I kind of even just want to, let me see if I can take this off right quick. I want to, I want to cut these lips up a little better than this. Okay, I like that better. All right, so now let's glue this thingy on her head. So let's put a little glue on here. And then let's put this on her head. And let's put a little glue back here. How long have we been on here? 119 minutes. We've been on here for a while. I think this might be my longest video, my longest live ever. Then let's slide his hair back there like that. Oh, put a little glue on this. I'm trying not to like over glue it, just so I can slide it under there. All right, so I think we are done. I think we, for our first human, I think it's cool not to kind of have these sticking up just to give it a little dimension. But we did it, guys. We did our first human combo. That was very interesting and challenging. And I love to see what you guys came up with when you try it on your own. Please make sure you share your results. But this is our result, and I actually really like it. I think it's cool. I love the idea of the words and the letters in the background. I kind of now want to do more down all the way down, so I think I might just find some more type to put in the background because I think it just adds to the design a lot better to me. So let's add another set of words back here. I really do love that added part, which, like I told you before, my goal is to try to do the project the way they said do the project. But you know me, I always gotta do my own thing. I gotta do my own thing. So let me cut. Where's my knife at? Let me cut this, clean this up a little bit. So this glue, I noticed that I have to hurry up if I'm gonna make changes because it glues, it sticks. It's very, very sticky. So if you want to make changes, you better hurry up and make them. Otherwise, you're gonna mess up your collage, and we don't want to do that because we spent 122 minutes on this collage, and we don't want it to be a mess. We don't want it. So I'm cleaning this up because what I think I might do is cut it off so that it's going underneath her. We don't see all of it anyway, so I might as well just cut off what we don't see. So about here. So we cut that off. And need another piece for the outside. So it's actually two different articles, so the articles don't really go together, but um get the idea what we're doing here. Okay. All right, okay. All right. Yep. We'll just drop a little glue on there and then we'll be done with our project. So for the first one, not for the first one, but for the first group project, I think we did a really good job. And I want to thank everybody who watched. And if you are participating with your own magazines, that is even better. And I love for you to tag me and send me your artwork to info@GailPDesign so that I can share it on my socials because I'm going to try to do this on every Saturday. We can work on a new one together. And once I go through the book, I think the next one we'll work on is a color blocking one. So I'm trying to just do a lot of the more simple styles of collage. That way we don't go too fast and we don't we keep it interesting, but we don't make it so difficult that people don't want to try it out. So that's my goal with doing this, just ease our way into more complex collaging as we learn. Because, like I told you before, I'm learning too. So we're going to be learning together and we can incorporate everything that we want. So we have 4 different faces and hair and the body of a whole different person. So I think, and we also cut out this little head ornament. So I think this was fun and I hope you guys enjoyed it because I did. And yeah, so we finished our design. Hope you have fun. See you on the next one. If you have any questions, let me know. Hi, Tamara. Did you just join? Let me know what you thought of it and if you would enjoy doing it again. I don't know. I think people just like to watch and not really talk. So I guess at some point when you feel comfortable with me, you'll start talking to me, I guess. That's how YouTube works. So, yep, here's our project. We'll see you on the next one. Peace. Have a great weekend.